I'm 0FXB, welcome to my channel, playing around with the NanoVna again. Right, so at the moment we are measuring SWR on my G5RV. So you can see it's gone from 7 megs to 7.3 megs, and that's what we're getting here. So you can see how low down we've got a better SWR of about 1.5, and as it goes up, we're about 2. So how did we even get to this point? So this is what I'm going to show you now. As this is different, that when you first turn the NanoVna on, you just have a screen with lots of lines and you're like, what do I do now? And so I'm going to try and explain to you how I learned. So let's get it back to the crazy screen. Right, so we're back on the crazy screen, like you've just turned it on. So, and you can see everything going here. So first thing we're going to do is choose our frequency. So we'll tap the screen, easier with a stylus. We'll go back again. Well, let's go back in. We'll go to stimulus, like so. Let's go start, and this time we'll choose 80 meters. So we'll go 3.7 megs. Okay, and we'll tap it again, and we'll go stop, and we'll choose 3.9 megs. 3.9 megahertz. Okay, so look, you've got 3.8 megahertz. Did I do that right? No, I didn't push it right. That's fine. We'll do it again. Start. 3 point, it's my mistake, 7 megahertz. And tap it again. Stop. 3.9 megahertz. Okay, 3.7 to 3.9 megahertz. So we've chosen our, the frequency that we're going to analyze when our antenna's connected. Now we're going to calibrate it. So we'll tap the screen and we're going to go back until we find the word calibrate. And we're going to reset it. And then we're going to hit, before we hit we're going to hit the word calibrate. But first of all, let's look at our little connectors. So we've got 3 connectors, one with a little spike in it, which I don't know how well you can see that, but it's got a spike in it. Get my hands out of the way. And that's called the short. One which is like almost like a hole in it is called open, and then another one with a spike in it and some white plastic, and that's called load. Okay, so when you hit calibrate, it will take you through one at a time. Now don't get worried about this. This is very straightforward. So we're only going to use it on channel 0. So we just screw it on. So we've put on the one that's called open, and we're going to tap calibrate, and then we're going to touch open because the connector's already on there, and it's going to do that. And then it's got a tick there, so we're going to take it off, and we're going to take off, that's the one with the hole, put the gold one on with a spike. It's called the short, so it's shorting it out. And then we're going to select short. There you are, it's done that already. Take it off, and now we're going to do the one that's called load, which goes on now. Okay, I'm going to tap that. So the next one is through. You just take the connectors off and you tap through, like so. And then the one after that, you just join the 2 connectors together. Next one is ISO LN, so you just leave the connectors off completely and just tap that. And then you do the through one where you're basically joining the 2 connectors together. And click through. Hopefully it did that. Tap it again. Through, and then done. Okay, and then we can save that. We'll save that to 0. Now we could have done, say, 40 meters on 0 and then 80 meters on 1. Actually, I will do that because I have saved 40 meters to 0. So let's put 80 meters to save 1. There you go. Right, we're calibrated. The next thing we need to select is the channel. So tap the screen, then go to display. So go back, display, and go to channel. and well, it's already selected. We want to make sure we've selected S11 reflect, and that's basically how we're going to be selecting our SWR. So if you tap it, look, it changes. S21 through and S11 reflect. That's the one we want. So that's our channel selected. Okay, next we don't want to see all the lines. So what we're going to do, when you go in your menu, just go, tap it again, go display and go to trace. And see, these are all highlighted. Now we only really want the yellow. So the one you don't want, just tap it until it goes. See the purple? There you are, it's gone. Blue one's gone. And we could get rid of the yellow one if we want. There's nothing. But we want trace. That's the one we want if we're going to be doing our SWR. Another thing to note is when we did that, see all these digits here, we need to set the parameter, but also we want them to even appear there. So when you tap and you do the go back, display and trace, let's go back. So we want to go, let's go back and find it again. We want to go to scale, and then let's do, we want these ticked so it shows the values. So it says show grid values and dot grid. So we're going to go to scale. So I'll go back and just show you. We just go scale, then scale divisions, and we're going to choose, I like to choose 0.25, but you could do 0.5, 0.25. I always hit times 1. So we've got our scale here. So let's just, I'll change it to 0.5 so you see. So scale 0.5 times 1. It's still completely usable. SWR, look, 1.5 to 2.5. So it's fine, yeah? So that's our scale selected. So we're getting there now. So let's connect an antenna. So far, I mean, this is a budget item, under £40. And so far, I'm actually quite impressed with it. You know, at first, when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, but it actually works really well. The quality is quite good, I think. So we just screwed our G5RV on there, on 80 meters. And this is actually, and I could compare it, I suppose, if I had my radio set up. 3 to 3.5 without a tune is about what I would expect for my 80 meter antenna. Let's just see how quick we can be at just getting this set up for 20 megahertz, for example. So what I would do, we can leave the, no, actually we do need to disconnect the antenna. So we'd have to tap the screen, go back again. We'd have to do the stimulus thing where we're selecting the frequency, start. So we're going to go 14 megahertz. Tap it again, stop. 14.3 megahertz. Okay, now we do need to recalibrate it. So let's, just out of interest, let's see if recalibrating it makes a big difference. So we'll put the antenna on now. And look, as far as we can see, with the 14 megahertz antenna, it's off the scale for SWR. Now let's calibrate it. So we'll put the open on, like so. Tap it. Let's go back, calibrate. We're going to completely reset it by pushing the reset button. Then we're going to hit calibrate. We've already got open connected. So trying to keep the light on this thing. So we're going to go open. Okay, take that off. Then we're going to put the short on, which is the smaller gold one with the point. Like so. We're going to hit short. Okay, take that off. Put the load on, which is the sort of longer one with the plastic inside and a point. Screw that on. Okay, so that's load, and then we take them both off like so, and we do ISO, then we join them together. So it's quite fun doing this. I've got several antennas I want to test of all kinds, so that's going to be fun. Anyway, right, okay, 14 megahertz we're getting ready for. So through and then done, Okay, let's take it off. Let's put the antenna on now. See if calibrating made any difference to that antenna. Too many cables here. So anyway, G5RV straight onto here, and look, see now. Oh, actually, we'll save that to number 3 because we've got 40 meters, 80 meters, and number 2 is 20 meg. Sorry, 14 megs. So look, and that is what I would expect my SWR to be around with my G5RV, around 3. So how good is that? So you get the idea. So obviously really enjoying myself with this device. I think it's really good. Now there is a lot more you can do with this device. So we just finished off by showing you how to recall. So all you do is tap it, go back, go recall, and look, it's here. 7 megs, 3 megs, 14 megs. So if we hit 7, we're now going to get the the problem is we probably have to recalibrate, don't we? But anyway, let's just look at it anyway. So what's it showing here? 7.3. It's showing all the lines again, so it looks to me like I probably have to recalibrate it each time, but we're still learning. But we've set up 80 megs, 80 meters, 20 meters, and 80, 20, and 40 meters. So I hope this helps. I'm learning myself. I think it's a good device, and I think it's great fun and a great little tool for the shack. 7.3, all the best.